Hi.
Top of the morning to YouTube. It's your buddy myself, LFT's one. I'm here with my glorious co-host and bestie, Jables.
Hello.
And we are doing a show today because Tom and Amy and everybody else on the other channel ditched us.
Because they have lives.
Because they have lives. But no, it's really not all that bad. But glad everybody is here. We're just going to kind of shoot the shit. No real plan for this, but we're just going to have fun and see where it takes us. If you didn't catch it, JJ had an awesome show yesterday on his channel. It was your 1 year anniversary show, which was really cool.
Started playing an ad that was very random. Sorry. What is going on?
How is there an ad on my channel?
I don't know. It was very strange. And then it tried to switch. And
there's Oji-san. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up, Jimmy. Hope everything is going well with you, sir. We're having a day here. It's actually really nice outside.
It's beautiful outside. It's a very nice day.
Sunny. We just saw September 8 or 10 turkeys run by.
About that, yeah. It was like 10 of them.
It was like 10 feet from us, and I was like, oh.
They look like velociraptors.
They look like
their claws are terrifying.
They are very
big ass claws for no reason.
Yeah, and they're dumb too.
Oh yeah,
they're mean.
Oh, they're very mean and stupid.
Yeah,
that's why they get hit by cars because they're like, oh, is that coming at me?
That's why they're. It is a great day to be alive. That's right. Actually, you can say that about any day you get up on the right side of the dirt. They're not all going to be great, but I mean, as long as you're there and doing stuff like what the hell, right?
What I tell almost everyone that comes in the store in the morning, because I go into work at 4 a.m, so I'm there stupid early, and so I'll ask them, how's your day? I'm assuming you just woke up, or you're just going home, just got done work. Most of the time they're like, oh, it's a day. I'm like, did your feet hit the floor? They're like, yeah. I'm like, then it's a good day. Like,
not a bad day.
I was like, whatever happens after that is gravy, At least your feet hit the floor and you're awake.
I love it. Yeah, and it's funny is you see a lot of people. I get a lot of that at my work too. You go in and you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And most times people will be like, sarcastically, "I'll live in the dream," and it's like, well, it's not my dream because mine paid better. But some people get in there just like fantastic, and I don't know how to match that energy right away, especially like that early in the morning. So I'm just like, that's awesome. They're like, how you doing? I'm like, well, apparently not as great as you, but I'm on my way. The day's just started.
And weirdly enough, for me, I'm like that all the time. So even at 4 a.m, I'm like, how are you? Have a great day. And
you don't have an off button.
I just woke up and I'm like, I did too, but I'm here. I wish I had an off button. That'd be nice.
No, I like that you don't have an off button.
I mean, then I wouldn't always be so over the top.
Then you wouldn't be you.
Yeah, that's very true.
So we were having fun over on JJ's channel yesterday. If you want to go check that out, you can check that out. I think I forgot to link in the description. Sorry, when I was doing all that stuff.
It's okay.
But if you don't know,
pretty sure I can just pull it up on mine and put it in the comments.
That's true. No, it won't let you put links in the comments.
It used to. When they changed that,
you could try. Negative energy is lazy. You gotta take the ride. So and that's another good way to look at it. I mean, granted, not everybody's gonna have the best day. Some days you're gonna get into a funk, but a tough part is not poisoning the well. And just remember, like, even the shittiest days are gonna end. And one of the things that it was like some stupid Facebook meme or something one time I read, but it really stuck with me. And it was like something to the effect of, you have survived 100% of all the terrible things that have happened to you in your life.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? That's 100% success rate. So you might as well keep going. You know what I mean?
Sense.
So that's cool. Not always easy to remember, but
Well, it looks like it posted on my side, but it's not showing up.
Yeah, it might in a minute, but just give it a second here.
I tried to help.
I know. But so just in case, links are in the other videos descriptions. You can go check them out, or just go YouTube.com @random nonsense.
It's spelled a little funky because
like nonsense with an exclamation point, but it'll direct you there. You look towards the big froey purple picture, and you'll get it.
It's not hard to find. I mean, it might be hard to find. I'm really not that famous, so it might actually be hard to find. I'm not Carrie.
Well, if you can find me, you can find you.
This is true.
That's a life lesson in there. So again, there's really no kind of like real plan for today. We both wanted to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where we're going to be hanging out on Fridays from here on out anyway. So Definitely. We're like, well, we might as well do something.
Might as well get paid to do nothing.
Might as well get paid. Do we get paid? Wait a minute.
Shh! Don't tell the internet yet. They don't realize they're paying.
I was going to say, like, we're on my channel. How do I not know that? But regardless, that's a good point. You're getting paid and I'm not. Okay.
I'm the looks, you're the brains.
That's true. That's very true. That's our dynamic, isn't it?
It really is.
I know. We'd be great radio hosts because, like,
could you imagine? That'd be the coolest job ever.
Well, it'd be great because we have great voices. But again, then if you saw us, you'd be like, oh, that tracks.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, yeah, they got these great voices. Like, they must be super duper handsome. And then you see us, and they're like, damn, they're way handsomer than we thought.
So what it would be called in the morning? Hefty and Sergeant Stutter?
Sergeant Stammer, because it's not a stutter, but yeah, it'd be like, hey, Hefty and Sergeant Stammer in the morning.
Whoa, welcome to the morning show.
Good morning.
It used to be that bad. It really used to be like that. When I used to talk, that's what it used to sound like.
You do good, and it's funny because like you'll hit times where you don't even stop. You don't even hit it. You know,
yeah, just run through.
Well, that's not so bad.
So it's a weird life lesson I learned because my brain is constantly running.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, like when I'm not doing this, like just generally sitting, my brain is creating things randomly. So I've written songs, I've made movies, I've written storyline plots, I make stop motions. That's what my brain does constantly when I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
So I can like see what I want to do, and then I can usually do it after the fact.
Okay.
So when I drink or if I smoke, my brain slows down, and then I talk easy.
And then you can do it.
Yeah, because my brain's not doing 12 different things at once while trying to get words out.
It's like, okay, I think we got this.
Which is weird.
All right, so let's see. Are we about to each other's hair? Yes. But seeing as how I don't have much up here.
It's his back hair.
Yeah, it's my back hair, which I don't have.
So I'm not exactly pointed down.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm braiding the back hair.
Right, yeah, back hair. Yep.
You're just mad that you're not here, Chantel, because I braid hair very well.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it's a good flex.
No, sure.
I mean,
Yeah, you braid hair well. You didn't even have to say that last part. You could have stuck with that.
It makes it funnier, though.
That's fair. Yes, we might. There was a whole thing in this morning's paranormal chat about how I am JJ's side piece, apparently.
Shh, don't tell.
Well, we just did.
Nobody listens other than our fans.
And Chantel says that's hot. I'm into it. Okay, fair enough. Jimmy wants movie showdowns: The Thing versus Evil Dead 1. Ooh. Okay. You want to go first on this one?
Or no, I'll let you go first. I will let you take this one.
Damn it! I was going to utilize that time to formulate an opinion.
That's what I wanted to do.
Okay, so
wait, is it pre Chainsaw Hand or after Chainsaw?
No, Evil Dead 1. So that's before Chainsaw Hand.
Oh,
yeah. Chainsaw Hand wasn't until
he only has Boomstick at that point.
Yeah, he only had he had Boomstick at that point. Yeah, he had Boomstick.
I don't know. That's
so I'm gonna go. Boy, oh man, that's tough because they were both very ground, and they were only I think like a year apart out from each other. I think Evil Dead was 81, and then The Thing I think was like 82. I'm gonna go with. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna go with The Thing. Like I love Evil Dead. Don't get me wrong, but I think The Thing was just a showcase of Rob Bottin's practical effects and stuff like that. And it was a great Carpenter film that initially bombed. It did terribly in the theaters.
Did it really?
And then gained like a cult following years later. But I thought it was great. I thought the story was, it was Evil Dead. Evil Dead 1 is very original too. It was shot on like a super low budget, and if you saw like it was the first one you can find on YouTube, it's called Within the Woods, which is what what Sam Raimi and Bruce and they made to kind of promote and get money and funding for the Evil Dead.
Okay.
So it's not without its merit, and that's a tough call. But I think I'm gonna have to go with The Thing over that one. How about you, James? I've given you enough time.
No, you're good. So I loved the Evil Dead since the first time I saw it as a kid. But even as a kid, it didn't scare me. The effects were just kind of goofy. So like I would laugh through most of the movie. But I remember when the head grew up the fucking legs in The Thing, I almost shit myself. So I'm going to have to say the same thing.
And they shoot doggies in it. They shoot doggies.
Yeah, which is sad.
It is sad. So that adds the extra not great part to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got here? It came out at the same time as E.T., just bad timing. That's very true, too. Yeah, that's true. And it was kind of two, like, completely different alien encounters, too.
Yep.
One's the cute, like, Steven Spielberg.
Being all kidly and
friendly. I'll be right here. And then the other is, like, the head growing, and, like, when he puts the
like the worst
through,
things, yep.
And then it closes in, he pulls out his arm stumps. Like, just what great stuff.
You know, I have.
And it had Wilford Brimley, diabetes in it.
I forgot he was in that, actually.
Thing, yeah.
I have to watch that again. It's been a while. Though I do have to say, and it's probably a very unpopular movie opinion, I never liked E.T. Even as an adult, like, I don't like it. I didn't care for it as a kid. I thought it was kind of dumb.
Okay.
Like, it was
I'll
never,
forgive you.
it
That's
was never
fair.
like my thing. Like, I've watched it a few thousand times easily because I've showed it to my kids or I watched it with friends' kids.
That's just not your thing.
No, it's just not for me.
Okay.
I just don't get into it. I've tried. Sorry, internet.
That's
Not
okay.
an ET
Nobody's gonna fault you.
fan.
Chantel's pissed off, but that's okay.
I mean, that's a Chantel thing.
Jimmy says, "What is your favorite horror anthology?" Ooh, are we talking shows
Or movies.
Are you a Mac and Me guy?
Oh,
that was like
so
pretty nice.
So real quick, I'm gonna run on this quick tangent. So I have seen Mac and Me, but that's only because I grew up super Christian, and there's a lot of Catholic and Christian undertones in that stupid ass movie.
Really? I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
So my grandmother was like one of my grandmother's go-to movies.
Really? It was just one big McDonald's commercial. I felt.
Yeah, it's trash. I hate that movie.
Hey, there's Tui. What's up? Motherless goat jumpers. I'm like, okay, wow. Jeez, that hurts.
Jimmy says movie.
Oh, movie? Oh, there's so many of them.
Chantel, have you never watched a Star Wars movie? There's like 9 of them.
I don't like. Yeah, we'll get on that in a minute.
No, you're good. It's not for
We'll do my hot take in a minute. I'm gonna have to. God damn! I want to go. Creep Show. The first one. But I mean, it's so like cliched though. Like, but it really was. It was such a great combination of like George Romero and Stephen King and Tom Savini. And it was just when they were all 3 of them were like, it was the early 80s. All of them were fueled on coke. Yeah, and they just put out their best stuff. Like between that time, I'm gonna have to go with Creep Show. The first one, but I mean, there's honorable mentions. Yeah, clearly, like you got Tales from the Dark Side, which wasn't bad. Creep Show 2, which was, there's Mortuary Tales, Campfire Stories. I have like a billion of them over there, but I'd have to go Creep Show. Oh, ABCs of Death was really good. VHS 2 was really good. Go with Humpers. That's even better. Thanks, Tui. You'd rather relive your divorce or get an STD? Wow. Oh, The Crate is fantastic. Yeah, The Crate was outstanding.
I don't think I have one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't, because I'm trying to think of one, and I'm like, nothing's coming to my head, so I honestly don't think I have one.
JJ says Creep Show 3. That's his favorite. No, I couldn't even do that.
Why would you do that?
I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I take that back immediately.
Showgirls, that's terrifying.
Showgirls is scary.
That's horrible.
Like...
The scene in the fucking pool. Like, who greenlit that movie?
Not me.
Like, I mean, obviously. I mean, if we had that power to greenlight movies, at least they'd be good movies we're coming out with.
I still would have kept Elizabeth Berkley naked, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tales from the Hood. Okay, Goons. Wow, that is a good one. The Raft was good.
I haven't seen that forever. But yeah, I'm still trying to think of one. I honestly don't have one.
That's fair. We know you don't like E.T.
I don't like E.T.
That's okay. He still loves you.
With his glowy finger.
Yep. I'll be right here.
Here.
Yeah, but then he like twigs your nipple. That's weird.
That would be weird.
It is weird.
Because I have really small nipples, so it'd be very cool for him.
Like, will you stop that?
I'd be like,
your weird glowy finger?
Just leave my mosquito bites alone.
All right. Jimmy says if he ever wins the lottery, he'll hire us to write some movies. Oh, I got tons of ideas.
Fair enough.
I got lots of ideas, man. I can't say any of them online because I did to put it out there.
Yeah, because if somebody makes it after you say it, then
then I'm like, oh well, there goes that. Pet Sematary was great. First one, I didn't like the remake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait. The remake was trash. The OG one is always the best.
Yeah, and I love John Lithgow, but
who doesn't?
That's a good point.
He's a very good actor. What he does. He was actually the only reason I watched that original Planet of the Apes movie with James Fuckface Franco.
Oh, really? Was it because of John Lithgow?
Yeah, because he's so good in that movie. He's so nice, like, but he's playing like his brain is going gone. So he
Yeah.
does a really good job in that. So that and alone is entertaining enough.
He
for me
was
to watch
also
that
in
movie.
what was the Denzel Washington movie back there? I think it was Ricochet.
I don't know. Denzel in the '90s was putting out a movie like once a fucking
Yeah,
month.
I think it was John Lithgow was like the bad guy. And I think it was Ricochet, and he was really good on it. Oh, the Hatchet series. Oh, it's funny you say that, Jimmy. So recently we did. I'm friends with Rick McCollum.
He is, and Rick McCollum is cool.
He's a cool guy. Yeah, Herman Munster. That's true. Fred Gwynn. Yeah,
you can think of that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good show.
But so I love. First of all, like I saw Hatchet for the first time. I thought it was a great thing. It was like such a love letter to like 80s splatter flicks. Then I became friends with Rick McCollum, who's in all 4 of them. And he also did the stunt coordinating for the Friday the 13th game. He's been in like 75 movies. Guy does like ghost hauntings in Scotland. He has like 2 books out and is working on a 3rd. A really, really great guy. He was Sid Haig's stunt double in The Devil's Rejects.
And some of the coolest stories.
Yeah. And he's got stories for days.
I could just sit here and let him talk again for another hour.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it was really cool.
And he's a really great guy, but I just sent out all my stuff to him to get signed by him because he's really nice. And I asked if there was like a P.O. box that I could send it to. He gave me his home address, which was really nice of him. But I love the Hatchet movies, except for like the Victor Crowley, I was kind of like on, but they're fun, they're splattery, they're dumb. They are what they are. They don't take themselves seriously.
Yeah. Which sometimes I think is the best kind of horror movie that knows it's probably going to be panned a little bit, and they're like, well, you know what? Let's run with it. We know what's going to happen. Let's enjoy it.
And it was right around the time it was a very much breath of fresh air with all the practical effects and like a world with CGI. So I love the Hatchet series. I really do. Ooh, I have like three shirts of that. I think
I have a good one.
Okay,
what's your favorite horror comedy movie?
Shaun of the Dead.
That's what I was going to say.
Shaun of the Dead.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Because Haunted Honeymoon was really good with Gilda Radner and Gene Wilder back in the day, and Dom DeLuise.
Oh, I love Dom DeLuise. That voice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, voice. He was great. But Shaun of the Dead, and it's funny about Shaun of the Dead is I saw I'm a huge Romero fan. So when I saw the preview for Shaun of the Dead, I literally like rolled my eyes and was like, I am never going to see this movie. Brain Dead. Hold on, we'll get there in a second. Jimmy, you're on point today, buddy. But so when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, I'm never gonna fucking watch this movie. I forget how I saw it. Like somebody bought it home, or like we rented it or something, and I watched it once and was like, did a complete 180 and went out and bought it. No, so that's exactly.
I've done that with certain movies. Like you're like, I'm never gonna watch it, and you watch, you're like, whoa, that was really good.
And again, we were talking about earlier, Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a great one too. Brain Dead, which is the New Zealand title for Dead Alive,
which I just watched,
which he just watched for the first time,
and I had the best time. Your mom ate my dog.
Not all of it. Now excuse me. You went in blind.
I did right? too. I had no idea. Like I knew of the movie. Don't get me wrong. Like I knew it existed, but I've never seen it, and no one besides you has ever talked to me about it. So like I've never like taken the time to go watch it, and then you let me borrow it, and I was sitting in my den watching it. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest movie ever. Like it starts off on Skull Island.
Right, I forgot. I bought that to you this morning. It's at your house, isn't it?
Yes, it's already at my house.
It was a Bad Taste,
which I'm pumped to watch that one too. I'm really gonna have to try to find a way where I can do like these movie reviews of these movies that you keep giving me that I've never watched.
You can do it
without getting banned from YouTube.
It's just a lot of work. You can do it, but it's just a lot of work.
I think it'd be fun because like I wish I would have recorded myself when I was watching that one, because like the moment like his mom's like scooing the pus out her arm into the pudding,
disgusting.
And he goes, "Oh, it's so creamy the way I like it." My jaw was a clunk.
Yeah,
I was like, But it was a good time. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a really good time watching that movie.
It is a great one. I'm glad
by the end of it, I laughed. I had like I said, I laughed by the end of it. I was like, this movie is great.
You know what? I'm gonna kind of consider that a horror comedy too. It's like a dark comedy.
Kind of goofy.
Have you ever seen Black Sheep?
No,
it's like a film about like killer sheep and stuff like that. I have it down there. We'll put that on your to watch list. Nice. Have I watched Fried Berry? No, I've never even heard of Fried Berry.
Me neither.
Okay.
You know what's weird? When we were trying to think about what we're gonna do, I had a weird idea we'd end up just bullshitting about movies. because that's what I said right before
That's
we
true.
did it.
Yeah, that's very
We
true.
can talk about movies. We both love enough movies. This could be good.
Yeah,
And apparently everyone else loves movies
yeah.
too.
Shout out to, of course, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up. And Jimmy's got it, killing it with the questions and shit. That's fun.
He's helping run the show.
He is helping run the show. We'll pay him in love.
I would say, other than Shaun of the Dead, my favorite horror comedy will always be the first Zombieland movie.
Oh,
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson in that movie is one of my favorite characters.
He is great in that. And who can forget Bill Murray's stellar appearance in that? Yeah, that is a great one.
Bill fucking Murray.
That scene was just so prolonged in it. It was just ridiculous.
Do you have any regrets? Garfield, maybe.
Garfield, maybe.
I have too much hair for headphones. I got to keep adjusting them because it keeps moving with my hair.
I did some concept art for the director, Ryan Kruger. Oh, that's cool.
Why do I know the name of Ryan Kruger? That sounds awfully familiar.
It's Freddy's brother, clearly.
Well, obviously, he's the one who doesn't
He's the lesser known
kill children.
Yeah.
That's why nobody knows about him. Can I say the first time I watched that first movie, that traumatized me as a child? I was like 11. And I watched that. I was scared to go to sleep. I'm like, that motherfucker going to come at me in my dreams.
Yep. Yeah.
And that hand?
Scream.
But then had someone who's like really big into like the other side of the nerd spectrum. I was like, I called Wolverine. He cut you up. He got 6. You only got 5.
That's true. You got 4. There's no one on the thumb.
I thought he had one on the thumb.
No one on the thumb.
Are you sure? I mean, never mind. Why am I asking you? My bad.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, buddy.
I always thought he had one on the thumb.
Might have had one on like New Nightmare when it's like growing out of his hand.
Is it a Mandela effect, maybe?
That is definitely a Mandela effect.
Is it a Mandela effect?
If you can find that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and this made some 3 movies. That's true. Although I don't know, I liked in 3. I thought he still was a good balance of the scary and like kind of. He was kind of like heading towards comedy, but then when 4 hit. 4 was the Dream Master. I think. That's when he went full on camp. I think, and then 5, 6, and beyond.
Did you watch the remake with the guy who played Rorschach in
Watchmen? Yeah, I went to go see that in the theaters, and I was just
you wasted your money on that?
I wasted my friend's money on that.
Better than. At least you didn't waste your money
because he wanted to go. He didn't want to go alone. It was like after work. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll go see it with you. What the hell? And I was so glad I didn't pay to see that movie. Although I do own it, so I guess.
You kind of have to collect the movie.
Yeah, I have all the other ones. Yeah, so I'm like, it's kind of like with all the Halloweens. Like I have to have 5 just because I need all of them.
I think that's the thing, though. If you collect movies, because I used to, before I had the toy collection you guys see on Thursdays, I had a whole movie collection. I even had movies in my collection I may have only watched once, just because they were part of a series and I knew I needed them to complete it. But like, I feel like every person who collects movies does that. There's like a movie you're like,
it's like I hate to own it, but I have to own it in order to complete it. Yeah, that's I was gonna say, if you look at Jimmy's, there's you go. There's one for you. So Jables, boy
Jimmy,
JJ is not a Friday, or no, I'm sorry, is not a Freddy versus Jason fan. What was it for you? Because I know, like, you're a mashup guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're really into worlds coming together. What took you out of that?
Basically, everything everybody said through the entire movie, the entire dialogue for me kills it. I think it was a great concept. It was done well. The fight scene at the end was super cool. But like just the dialogue in the movie alone, like the line, "Oh, it's Freddy versus Jason. Place your bets." Like, what the fuck?
But you know what's funny about that? That was actually only in the trailer. It's not in the movie. But there's plenty of other bad dialogue.
No, but I mean, like that was like my first turn off spot for it. I was like, wait, that's not a thing. Is it?
That was cringe before cringe was a thing.
Cringy, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it was. I enjoy it as a movie, but I hate it also as a movie because there are really good parts in that movie.
Yeah, I like the dime store Jason Mewes. You know what I'm talking about, like the star kid who is just like, obviously it's like you couldn't get Jason Mewes, so you got Team Mew made Jason Mewes.
Exactly.
I thought that was funny.
I know they've been toying around with doing either a Jason versus Michael or a Leprechaun versus Chucky.
It'll never happen.
I don't want to see any of that at all. Though, I mean, there is a little part of me that would love to see Jason and Michael throw down, but you can't like make it stupid. You got to make it scary, but you got to make it like an actual like fight where they lose their weapons after they've already shanked the shit out of each other and just beat
the
piss
out of one another. I could see that
because neither one of them ever die. I mean, they get shot, they get stabbed, they get burnt, but they're always there.
I think the bigger problem in that would just be again like licensing. A Spawn versus Pinhead movie. Oh, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
I would watch that in a heartbeat. That would be amazing. That's two of Tui's favorite things: Hellraiser and fucking Spawn, all in one movie.
I would watch that just because I do love some Spawn, and Hellraiser is a really great series. I mean, there are some not great movies in the series, but for the most part, I actually enjoy those movies very much.
One of my favorite lines from like the Spawn animated series is when he's like, they're talking about the ice cream killer guy, and he's like, "I warned you, you fat piece of shit." I was tired laughing. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, Spawn versus Pinhead would be good. I have some evil was it Freddy versus Jason versus Evil Dead comics in there.
I heard those are pretty
which
good.
Would have been neat. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read them. I like literally bought them and put them in my things and just have.
Oh, I should read them. Actually, I heard they were actually decent.
I might, but I don't have. I think I have only a couple of them, and I don't even know that they're in order. But I have a bunch of ones in there. I have like I'll show you after the show. But.
I got one. Leatherface versus Ash. Chainsaw fight.
Ooh.
Who comes out on top?
No boomstick, I'm assuming, right?
I mean, it's kind of attached. I guess he has it. But he's only got like 3 shots. So you got to make them count. And while you're thinking, I'm going to vent real quick. And if you watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that Netflix put out a couple years ago, I'm ashamed for all of us for watching that trash bag of a movie. Seriously, that movie pissed me off so much. I was trying to
formulate thoughts, but I just vomited in my head brain.
So Danielle made me watch it. She wanted to watch it. And we're like halfway through, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
That was not a good movie.
No.
New Hellraiser was okay, but not mind-blowing. I agree with that.
I haven't seen the new one.
It's not bad. It's actually not bad.
Check it out.
It's it is what it is. It's not going to win any awards or anything like that.
Horror movies very rarely win awards, which is sad because there's sometimes a lot of good ones out there that deserve it.
Should. Well,
like the OG Dawn of the Dead.
Oh,
that one should have won some awards. That's a really good fucking movie.
I actually my special edition. I got like the 4-disc fold-out thing of that with like the comic book. All right, I'll show you. But that's the other thing too, is that's one of the things I think about, like, because we talk about collecting a lot. You're a collector, I'm a collector.
Yeah.
And yours is more towards like toys and stuff, which is, those are never going to go out of style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Physical media dying
slowly. Yeah, it's slowly dying now.
So kind of like an archivist, but I think one of the cool things that we have in common is that we're both very passionate about it, and you know what I mean.
Makes sense.
And
yeah, definitely.
We know our stuff.
I'll die on that
hill. Like the special editions of things. Like that was one of my big things. Is like, if it's a great movie, I want more of that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was rated X. Yeah, actually, it's on the poster, which is over there. It's like there's no explicit sex in this movie, but there are scenes of extreme violence, which may be unsettling to viewers. I think that's actually verbatim what it says on there. If that is, I'm going to be very proud of myself.
I'm trying to read it from here, but I can't see it.
It's on the bottom of it.
But no, that is a great topic.
But yeah, so anytime I'd like, especially with like they were pumping them out back when like Anchor Bay first came out, and there were just a lot of others like Shriek Show and like Scream Factor and all these people that are just specifically putting out all these old like horror movies, but they're doing them proper.
Which
like
is nice.
they're digitally remastered. They got like all sorts of special features and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
So I always liked like having the bare bones. Like just having the movie was cool, but like
getting the extra behind the
was
scenes
always
stuff is
great.
Cool. I love watching that stuff.
Movies. I watch directors' commentaries.
Yep.
I watch all like behind the scenes shit just because it's really cool to find out more about the stuff.
Exactly how they made it. Like what was the thought process?
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm the same way. Like there's certain movies like I've watched Shaun of the Dead that way. Clerks 2, like there's certain movies like you just want to know what went into the thought process because you enjoyed the movie that much. You're like, all right, if I loved it, why did you love it and why did you make it this way?
Or sometimes it's interesting to see how it changed from like conception to final product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ratings restrictions, script changes, alternate scenes, deleted scenes, and stuff. Which I always kind of felt were kind of a racket because there's usually, if they're deleted scenes, it's usually for a reason. But it's always kind of cool to watch. And that's one of those things where it's like, thank God there's still places pumping out like Arrow Video and, like I said, Scream Factory putting out still physical horror media releases with all that love and all the it's absolutely wonderful to have that.
Can we talk about the fact that the Puppet Master series, the first 3 are great, the rest not so much?
As coming from a big Puppet Master loving family, at a point there's where it's like a bit much, or it's like
but also, like, when you watch those movies, you remember, because they always play the ad for their film studio before every movie starts, and it's like the bong monsters and all that.
Killer Bong, Evil Bong. I have one of those movies.
When did you guys
Ginger
become
Dead
Man, stoner horror? I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I'm like, the first couple Puppet Masters were really good.
Yeah, they were. It was that was
the weird girl with the leeches, and that kind of was like,
leech
wait,
woman.
what?
I can agree with you. I don't know. I kind of like some of the later ones.
I do too, but compared to the first 3, it's not the same.
I agree.
They went more campy than they did.
I agree.
Pure horror.
We got the full. We got all into full moon movies for a long time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they were great.
Non-horror movies that have disturbed me. Yeah, Schindler's List. It's fucking.
That's disturbing on a different level.
Yeah, I like. A Serbian film, because I don't consider that horror. That's just like that's straight shock for shock, man. That's a fucked up movie.
I've watched
Kids. Kids was an absolutely disturbing movie to me. Still is.
I think I'd say anything Eli Roth has done. I saw the poster, and that's where I would go. Because he's got a lot of those movies that I've watched. So I'm just like, did that lady just tear off that dude's junk?
Yeah. Oh, The Hitcher was good. That was a good one. That's another one. Was that a Rutger Hauer one? I feel like he was in. That was the '80s one, I think, right?
But no, it was a good one though. I do remember watching.
Yeah, that was a good one. I know I'm missing a couple of them, but it's like there's the 6 o'clock news. That's a scary.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh yeah, so it's anything, whenever your local news is on.
Yeah,
at 6 o'clock you turn on, you're gonna see some shit. It'll disturb you. So I'll go with the news.
Definitely.
And Rutger was in Hobo with a Shotgun, which I have up there, which had Ricky from Trailer Park Boys in it.
Did it really?
Yeah, he got his head torn off.
Oh shit!
In the beginning of the movie, but it was funny. I was like, because I watched it, and I had no idea he was in it. I was like, "That's fucking Ricky from."
I love when you watch a movie and you see somebody random in the movie. You're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
No, I love when that happens. Actually.
The Hitcher was really good. I don't know. What about you? What about disturbing movies for you that are non-horror?
Other than the Eli Roth movies, I would have to say Kid in the Striped Pajamas. That one fucked me up for a little while.
In the Striped Pajamas?
Yeah, that one fucked me up for a little while.
That's fair.
Like there's certain movies, like they hit you in a different way. Like they're not scary, but you're like, dude, that shit hurts.
And I agree, Jimmy. Hobo and Shotgun give me Street Trash vibes. I also own Street Trash.
That's a good one.
Because I have to. You've seen Street, man. Those are great. I'm finding all sorts of stuff out about. So we were talking earlier. We're going through my movies.
I love movies,
but some obscure ones, and I'm like, hey, yo, man, what's up? We were looking through my stuff earlier because I'm in the process of giving, stuff to JJ, and we came across a couple ones that I didn't think he had ever heard of, like Redneck Zombies.
Great movie.
I agree, and. Oh, the Exploding Candy Cone movie. Santa Claus, the movie. That's what he's talking about. With John Lithgow.
Yep.
And Dudley Moore, I believe, was in that as well. Yep. Santa Claus, the movie. Yep.
I think all Christmas movies should be like labeled as horror, because in a way they're all kind of scary. You got this big old fat white dude crawling down your chimney, dropping you off gifts. I mean, all of that seems like a horror movie.
Could be. I'll agree. There's a certain amount of like direness and darkness to it. Like, Polar Express. There's a lot of like, these kids could have died at this point. You know what I mean? Wolf Cop, I do. I have another Wolf Cop. I don't have the first Wolf Cop, but I have another Wolf Cop. I think it's like right over here on that one.
I love you kind of know the general area.
Yeah, I do, because I know it's in my yeah, it's right over there.
Sorry I keep yawning so much. I've been up since like 2:30.
No, I know how it is, brother. No.
That's all. I'm not bored. I've been up for a while. So to go back to where the weird obscure movies I know. So like besides the ones I watched as a kid with like friends or family members who show me, when I moved out west, I met this guy named Joe Garcia. I think I've told you about him before. He worked in Hollywood
with Don Coscarelli and stuff. Yeah, he was the Phantasm guy.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So he would show me these weird obscure movies I'd never seen. Like I saw Caligula for the first time when I was 25.
Ooh.
That was a weird fucking movie.
It's a weird movie. Yeah, Caligula was,
and then
didn't care for that. Caligula.
That was it's hard to say even for me.
I know.
So it's okay.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up movie.
And then we watched this one movie called Salo. It's an Italian film.
Never heard of it actually.
So it takes place during World War II, where these rich Italian people kidnap children and bring them to this super nice mansion to basically do whatever the fuck they want to these children. And it's some fucked up shit in the movie.
Oh, it's like that limited run. It was that short-lived television show on Nickelodeon, Epstein's Castle.
Yeah, kind of like that. Definitely. So
it's Epstein's Castle.
This movie was so fucking fucked up. The people in this town hung the director after the movie was
really
done. Yep.
That's interesting.
It is a fucked up movie. There's a scene in it where they make a kid eat shit.
I did that when I was a kid. Hell, I'll do that for $20.
But no, off the plate. On the floor like a dog.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was.
At least serve it to him on a table.
I mean, seriously. I mean, if he's got to eat the shit, at least make him comfortable.
I know, right? A fork.
But no, like that's probably another one of the non-horror movies that fucked me up.
Yeah, Jimmy said he can't get through Salo.
It's a hard one to sit through.
All right, I'm gonna. Now this feels like a challenge. I feel like I
sat through it. Now. I've only watched it once, and it imprinted on my brain. Like I will never watch it again. Remember how I was asking you earlier if you watch Mojo on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
That's their always number one pick for band movies.
Really?
It's that fucked up. It is something. It's something different. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
If you do want to watch it, I don't want to spoil anything for you other than the kid eating shit, but just be prepared. It's fucked up.
Ooh, that sounds like a challenge. Okay, I'm in for that. I am going to go to the bathroom. JJ, you're all on your own for a minute,
no.
buddy. You and Jimmy and Tuya and Chantel and everybody will be fine.
Someone wants to ask me questions.
Somebody wants to ask JJ questions.
Oh, I'm almost out of beer.
I'll be right back.
You right there.
Grab you one.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sweet you.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
And I will be right back, sir.
That
that
one's
one's
empty.
okay. You just
Yeah, I got it. Or not.
As far as JJ's face.
Hefty's butt was just in my face.
Yeah, for a change.
I know there's probably a laundry list of movies I've seen that I can't remember off the top of my head that are just like those obscure movies that unless you know someone who's a film buff or anything like that, you're never going to see them because they're just fucking weird. And that's probably the weirdest one. What's a movie you haven't been able to make it through? Oh, shit. I'd have to say Cannibal Holocaust. Like, I've tried a couple different times. I've made it about 45 minutes in, maybe a little over an hour, and I just can't. I just can't do it. That and E.T. E.T. is the worst for me. I can't. I can't do E.T. It's hard. But other than that, I don't know. I'm one of those people, like, when I watch movies, sometimes I don't watch it for the enjoyment. I watch it because it's something that I will have retained forever. And then if somebody brings it up, like, oh, shit, I've seen that. It's got this person in it or this thing happened, whatnot. E.T. is rough. Though, I do have to say, when we're talking about Steven Spielberg movies, not a fan of the Third Kind movie. What the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't like it. That's probably another one I've only made it halfway through, and I was like, this is really boring. I don't want to watch any more of this. And I will just turn it off and watch something different or nothing at all. Because, I don't know, I just lose interest. Like, the premise sounds really cool and interesting to me, but I can't get on board with it. I just get so bored. And I'm like, nah, I'm done. I don't want to watch this. All right, I got one for everyone in the comments. What's a movie you would recommend to somebody for a certain genre or whatnot if they've never seen it? Like, if you were to recommend a horror movie to start someone off on that journey, what would be the one you're like, no, you need to watch this movie first? No, not yet, but I think it's on the list of movies Hefty's going to let me borrow. Because him and I were talking about it earlier. So I think so. But no, I've never seen that. I've seen The Room with Tommy Wiseau, and that's a fucking shitstorm of a mess of a movie. That is the worst movie I've ever seen, but I can't look away. I get so enthralled with the bad acting and the bad everything. It's a weird one. If you've never watched it, you're not really missing anything, but you should watch it because it's, I don't know, it's like that little badge. You're like, oh, I made it through The Room. I'm cool. Not a great movie, though. Not in any way.
Hola.
Hola. Guten Fraben.
That's Peru. Hey, that's perfect.
Hi, smart. Can I do this? Look, teamwork.
There we go. Hell yeah.
We're talking about movies.
We're okay. So I didn't miss much then.
No.
Oh no, Terror at Bloodfire Lake. No, not yet. Hardwired. Now that sounds real familiar.
That does sound familiar.
That sounds real.
Why do I
familiar.
know that? I do feel like I know that movie, but I can't place why it sounds familiar.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Here.
You were going through movies that I couldn't make it through.
Oh, that's fair.
Is there any non-horror movies you could make it through?
Yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's right. You though weirdly enough, I can't believe you haven't like tried to make it through. It's not horrible. It's kind of adorable.
Well, I mean, I think the first time I saw it, I wanted to watch it all the way through, but that wasn't happening.
It is. I actually, when I was a kid, used to be scared of it because I had a weird fear of stop motion because like the way they would move was like unnatural to me and it would freak me out. Like I can't stand James and the Giant Peach. I fucking loathe that movie.
I never saw James and the Giant.
You're not missing
Read
anything.
Read it.
Great book. Yeah, great book. Movie sucked. Not great movie.
All right, I'll believe that.
No, Hardware. Not
Hardware.
That's what he meant. I bet. I saw it on my phone.
Hardware. Oh.
I saw it on my phone first before I saw it on here.
Dark Crystal. That's a great one. I can see that being freaky, 100%.
Yeah, it is kind of got some dark undertones in it, but it is.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty dark movie. Yeah, there's some serious.
Did you ever watch
perilous shit in it?
A Gnome Named Gnome?
No.
It's this, I want to say early 90s movie about a gnome who comes to New York and his name is Gnome. And he's got it's kind of like the Dark Crystal because he's looking for something to like save his people, but he's got to go to New York to find it. It is a weird fucking movie.
No, never even heard of it. Okay.
It is a strange movie. If anyone else has heard of it or at least seen it, let me know because now I'm starting to feel like I might be crazy and it may not exist.
I'm sure it exists.
I think it exists.
Welcome.
Worst video game adaptation besides everything after Resident Evil 2, the original Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, I like that. Oh no, I'm sorry. The original Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, no. Yeah, I agree.
The one with
John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
Like that is just such a bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And I remember watching that and being like, I was ripped off. I got fucking ripped off.
There was no Goombas. There was no mushrooms. Like they lied to me.
No, there were Goombas, but they were like the tiny-headed dinosaurs. I'm like, that's not a Goomba. That's what they called them in the movie. But I'm like, yeah, they're little mushroom dudes. I'm like, that's no.
Other than Chris Pratt's very bad Italian accent, I loved the Super Mario.
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great movie. Well, you know, it's obviously not going to win any awards, but it was a damn fine.
Oh, Jimmy, that's a good show. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, free money. Yeah, we watched that on a lot of mushrooms, and we found
think I know what
it
that
was,
is.
dude, is this weird ass movie that we found. Haven't seen it since. It was like we'd eaten a bunch of mushrooms.
Are you sure
And
it was a
on.
movie, or you
Yeah,
guys
no, we've looked it
ripping
up.
some balls?
It was both. We looked it up. It's got the Hayden Christensen. Is that the guy that played Lowell in Wings? And he was in fucking Demon Knight. Oh, Demon Knight was an awesome movie.
No, Hayden Christensen plays
Thomas Hayden
Anakin
Church.
Skywalker.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Okay,
that's his name.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you. I had the Hayden right.
You had the Hayden. Just in the wrong spot with the wrong first name.
Yes, but I would say, what's the Meatloaf song? 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Hey, you knew it. All right. It's 2 out of 3, but whatever.
I know what you meant, though.
I like it.
I knew what you meant. I'm like,
I prefer the food to the music.
Really?
I mean, he was Eddie in Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'll give him that.
It's just a fucking cult classic in itself.
Yeah, well, when Eddie said he didn't love his
Tim Curry killed it in that role.
Oh, Roll Curry.
Him coming out in that fucking corset and the high heels kills it in that movie. I would have fucked Tim Curry. He looked good in the movie. I'm just saying. As a dude who's comfortable with being me, Tim Curry looked fucking good in that movie.
Good on you.
Let's see you in a corset, Hefty.
I'll break them. I break them. It's gross. I have like my little, the ones with like red ribbons on the nipples, but that's just a Christmas thing.
Oh, lucky for you.
You'll see for Christmas.
Jingle bells. Jingle bells.
Speaking of terrible things that are awful to imagine. Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about Slither. Mm-hmm. Slither was a good one.
Was a good movie.
What a lot of people don't know is that one of James Gunn's first ones was Tromeo and Juliet, which was Stromae's Romeo and Juliet. If you haven't seen it, I absolutely recommend watching it. What a fun watch.
I'll definitely have to check that out. James Gunn's actually a really good director.
Yeah.
Like the fact that
fucking Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And those, well, the first one's good. The second one,
not so great.
But I mean, I'm the other spectrum. I'm the Marvel fan, and I love me some Guardians of the Galaxy. Yo.
Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome. I'll definitely give you that.
I went to go see the third one in the movie theater, and I wept like a baby.
JJ, now I'm going to let you answer this one for me. What do you think I like better?
B-rated mess. Definitely.
Yeah, Paul's movies are nice, but there's something about shitty movies. And you can ask Tui, and Tui will probably pipe in. But raisin loaf, it's so delicious. It's so delicioso. Raisin loaf, yeah. Oh, that was great. I'll have to get that one to you. But yeah, there's something about B messes where mother is the necessity, or necessity is the mother of invention, and you got to work with what you got. And I think that there's a lot more ways that they have to creatively get around things in B shitty movies. And even if it's a B shitty movie, that's somebody's dream. That was somebody's goal.
I think you forgot what your name was.
Oh, no, Dove. No, that's one of my nicknames too.
Yeah. I was like, maybe autocorrect hit him again. That's like, wait.
No, that's the one not many people know.
Now I do.
And now you do. Now, so does everybody else.
Yeah. We're
learning things. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of it too. Like, some of my favorite movies are trauma movies, and more so like the old ones, like from the 80s when, you had independent studios were everywhere. You know what I mean? Like you had to, make something with very little sometimes to no money. Like we talk about the shot on shitty movies.
Yeah.
I know we've had this discussion outside of the show, but I don't know if we've had it on the show. It'd be like Wood Chipper Massacre, Splatter Farm, Zombie Bloodbath 3, Redneck Zombies, which, again, was a trauma pickup.
Sometimes those are the best.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they're just done in a fun way where, like, you're kind of scared, but you're also enjoying it at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I agree with that.
No. Dope is fine, buddy. Yeah, I love. There's something about like, hey, I could probably do this.
Yeah,
I could do this. You know what I mean? Which was always kind of an allure. It's like, hey, these guys made this. I could do this. I have a consumer grade video recording equipment.
No, I get that.
Oh God, A Quiet Day in Suburbia. Oh yeah. Well, That's one of our very rarely seen, like, no budget. And actually, it's a fun story about that.
I don't think I've
It's a
ever
movie
seen
we
that
made.
one.
That's because we made it. It was me and the
Ah.
boys. And well, I mean they. I think I just recorded some of it or edited it. I don't remember what I did. I had some involvement in this production.
Mhm.
And it was funny because there was this one scene where there's this dude trying to kill Tui, and it's our buddy John, and he's running around our neighbor, like if we're out back, my
Mhm.
neighbor to the left with the fence around the yard.
Yeah.
John was coming running around that with a live butcher's knife, and
shit.
Tui is crouched on the other side of things, so doesn't know where he's coming from
Mhm.
and has to tackle him, and does. But we're using a live butcher's knife and just like haphazardly running with no. It was fucking something else, man. It was just
That's crazy.
it was
And nobody got hurt?
yeah. No, nobody got
Oh,
hurt.
that's even more amazing.
Takashi Miike, yes. Takashi Miike, yes, I will agree.
Like I'm a huge fan of it's the big budget, like any movie, whether it's horror, comedy, action, whatnot. But I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for the really bad like B movies because you could like feel like somebody
They're
put their
fun,
fucking
too.
heart into
Yeah.
this movie to make it.
And again, that was somebody's, regardless of the final product.
Exactly.
That was somebody's goal. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, they wanted
That's
to make
what they
that movie to
wanted.
be the way it
Our
was.
wieners are getting all twisted here. What is going on?
We're crossing swords.
Getting all weird. There we go.
That's usually what happens.
That's how it happens. It's fun. It's raking time. Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, Terra Blood. You know what? Actually, JJ, that might be your next.
Ooh.
That's gonna be your next homework. Hold on.
After I watch
Nope.
the other one.
Nope. That's gonna be before it.
All right, fair enough. I have more movies to watch tomorrow while I'm home alone. I agree with that, Jimmy, because B movies with CGI are so bad because it's the cheapest form of CGI you can get.
Bad CGI.
Yep.
Bad CGI alligator or something like that. A crocodile.
There's a whole spin-off series of like the Avenger movies, but it's Fairy Tale Villains. I forgot what the name of their series is called, but it's so bad. I love it's called Blood Fart.
Oh yeah. There you go, bud.
Hooray!
That is your next homework. That is
God.
That is my most loaned out DVD ever.
All right, just the back alone, it's got me excited because it looks so bad. Like the one girl was all like, "Oh, like what the fuck?" I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's your first homework.
Yay!
Yeah, before you watch Bad Taste.
I have, and then I still have to watch the other
Return of
two.
the Living Dead. Yeah.
Yep, I still got to watch those. I have a lot of movies to watch this weekend.
You do. You better hurry up.
Guess I know what I'll be
Don't
doing
be
all
a
weekend.
breezy.
Hey, did I not watch the other one?
You
Bring It Back to You the next
absolutely
day.
So that was a locally produced. Well, it was it shot in Canandaigua, New York. So like upstate New York.
Like where I'm almost from.
And it was it's a Chris Seaver film that kind of mirrors my friend Ben Scrimmins owns Fright Rags. It's a horror movie t-shirt company if you've never heard of it. I wear their shit. And basically any video you see me in,
He wears their brand.
I'm wearing a Fright Rag shirt. Josh is sitting behind you, is sitting about a 150-pound bag with all my shirts in it. You've seen all my shirts.
They're amazing.
There's a lot of them. But so it's kind of like they do it on,
They don't pay you.
I would love to get. I don't ever want to
all
say
the time
anything.
when you talk about
I would. I know. I never want to. You know, Ben's
No,
just
I
a
get
sweet
it.
enough guy. He comes on the show.
No,
So
I get that.
that's cool enough for me. Yeah, Jimmy, you can watch it on YouTube. If you just type in "Terror at Bloodfart Lake" full movie, it's right there. I just happen to have a physical copy of it because it was one of those ones that it was on a streaming site years ago called Grab and Go Video. I'll never forget it. And I saw the name of it, and I was like, if I don't watch this, it's going to be bad. And so I was like, I have to watch this. It's called Terror at Bloodfart Lake.
No, I get that.
And I watched it, and I was like, that is amazing. And then I started preaching the gospel, and then I dragged Tui and Eddie into it. And it's
You
like
drank the Kool-Aid?
that is my most loaned out DVD that I've ever had is Terror at Bloodfart Lake. Yes, please do. It's fun. It does not take itself in the least bit serious, but it's a lot of fun.
Just from the front case alone, I feel like it doesn't be serious.
It's ridiculous, dude. Oh, my Weird Al tape! God damn it! You'll know it. Need to watch Meet the Feebles. Yes, that is. I was just telling JJ about that. I don't have that one, and I don't have Heavenly Creatures.
I don't think I've ever seen that one either.
That's one of his less horror-y ones.
It sounds familiar.
Peter
though.
Jackson.
Is it fairly new or is
Yeah,
it older?
no, it's older, but it was a more. It's more known than Meet the Feebles or Bad Taste.
Yeah,
you know
it sounds
Heavenly
very
Creatures
familiar
was-
in my
yeah.
head. So I'm like, wait.
Oh, it's free on YouTube? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Meet the Feebles is? Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I have to own it because I have Bad Taste and Dead Alive and all that, but. Huh. Oh, that's what he said. No need to drag me. I was down as soon as I heard the title. Ed was the one we had to drag kicking and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Oh, I just had a good one too. My brain just was like, "Oh, there's a good one." Then the light bulb went dim again. And I hate when that happens.
Well, it's okay. Happens every now and
I'll come back. Maybe today. Maybe tomorrow.
then. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow, but someday.
Someday.
Also,
Great movie, by the way.
never seen it.
You've never seen Casablanca?
Nope. I've never seen. Check this out. I've never seen Casablanca. I've never seen any Die Hard movies. I've never seen a Rocky movie. I've never seen a Rambo movie, and I've never seen. I think I may have seen The Godfather once, maybe, but I'm not a fan.
So out of all
How's
those,
that for some shit?
I hate Rocky. I hate Rambo, but I love me some Godfather. And the other ones I could watch if I was
Take
really
them or leave
bored.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But no, like I was never a fan of the Rocky series. Like when I tell someone I never watched it, they look at me like, "Wait, you never watched Rocky?" I'm like, "No, it just doesn't seem interesting to me."
I'm like
Like I'm not really into boxing, and I mean, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, well, it's tough for me to. It's tough to get me to watch. I mean, not tough, but it's like Rocky IV saved the world.
Yes, it did.
I've never seen Citizen Kane either. It's one of those ones.
How
where
have
it's like,
I seen that and you boys haven't?
because it's like it's one of those things where it's so. It's just like,
Rosebud.
oh, yeah, it's a sled. I'll save you a long boobless 2 hours.
Shut up, Peter.
That's my favorite line from it. I was like, yeah, it does. But I was just always like, all right. I mean, if it looks interesting, I'll watch it. I'm like, that's cool that it's like a highly celebrated film. But if it doesn't get my attention, I'm like, okay,
No, I
so
get
it's I'm just the one that doesn't like it. That's just how
I mean,
it
I've
is.
only watched it once. It's not so. I don't know the best way to describe it because it's not horrible, but it's also not something I would recommend to everybody.
Right.
Like it's one of those movies that's very long, drawn out.
It's like Duran
Kind of
Duran.
boring.
It's like it's all right, but I wouldn't recommend it to everybody.
I mean, Duran Duran at least has some bangers. Come Undone.
Rio.
Exactly.
No.
And then
Notorious.
exactly. Like there's some like good ones mixed in with all the other garbage they have.
Okay.
They're not a great band, but they're a decent band.
Ordinary World was a great song by them.
I will yeah. Though I like the remake they used for the trailer of what's that fucking first horror movie game that came out on the PlayStation 4? Or was it no, it came out on the 3. Evil Dead or Dead Alive. The one where like you have to go into the world and find your daughter. It's a horror movie based video game. I could see
Silent Hill.
No.
You have to find your daughter.
Hold on. We will Google real quick because I cannot remember the name of the fucking thing for the life of me. I have so many windows open.
No, that's fine. Want to thank everybody for showing up today again. The Last of Us.
Ooh, that's a good one.
No, too was trying to help. He was asking if that was it. I was forced to watch it in high school. Haven't seen it since then. And that's now it's driving me nuts because that is very familiar.
The Evil Within.
Yeah.
It was
part.
It was a part of the trailer
Yeah.
like when they first released the game, but it was like kind of like darker and
Yeah.
like more in.
I have that as a
Chesty.
sequel. Yeah. Well, I used to before my Xbox shit.
But like that, I think is the best version of that song. 'Cause
okay.
it's not so sped up. It's not so happy
Yeah.
sounding. It's a little darker, a little bit more like tried to make my way, and it's like sadder. Exactly, and because he's going in between like our world and the other world.
Yeah. Did you ever play those games?
Dude, I fucking love
those.
The first
were insane.
One. I never played the second one, but I love that.
Second one was really good too. I just haven't played either one of them in forever, but that was a lot of fun. But we're coming up on the end of time. I want to thank everybody for showing. JJ, thanks for showing up, man. Do you have any final thoughts you want to spit out there?
I do. I hate The Elf. The Elf movie with Will Ferrell. I fucking hate that movie.
Never seen it, but I
don't
care to.
I think it's trash.
Okay, fair enough.
But that's my last thought, because when I tell somebody that, they get mad at me that I hate it. I'm like, did you not watch it? It's so fucking bad.
Any movie monsters that disturbed you?
The Human Centipede. That was pretty fucked up. Is that really a movie monster, technically? I mean, they do sew them.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, sure. I'm going to go with...
I appreciate you, Chewy. I appreciate that.
That disturbed you.
Maybe the monster at the end of the new Evil Dead movie, the one with the mom, when it became like an amalgamation of all of that.
I didn't really like Evil Dead Rise.
I didn't either, but the monster was kind of disturbing.
Probably zombies, because those were always like, I guess, to just disturb me. Yeah, I mean, just because it's like there's a lot of them.
Mindless brain eating.
Yeah, and they're good. They can't, they don't have to stop to breathe or rest. They just gonna get you. And it's like, oh, that's kind of fucking creepy. And they could be anywhere. So anywhere there's dead people, there's stuff. There's cemeteries fucking everywhere. So, wait a minute. Of course. Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That shit's awful. There's sharks are everywhere. They're gonna eat you.
And they got sharpie teeth.
They got sharpie teeth. You ain't coming back. I remember that one dude that in Egypt, was it like last summer or whatever? That dude like spins upside down and gets down and see the blood.
Mm-hmm.
He's yelling for his dad, and that's it. They get ate. I'm like, fuck that.
Sharks are fucking terrifying.
Yeah, fuck sharks, man.
They're the sharks of the ocean, apparently.
There we go. Yeah,
they're sharks of the ocean.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. Next Friday, it's on your channel, right?
I don't know, because normally this would be the week we would do
the haunted dolls. So next week it would be on your channel, and then it goes back to Tom and Amy's.
I mean, unless they want to do it on their show next week. Either way, we'll be here next Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, something will be posted next week.
We will have something, and then we'll have random nonsense on Thursday, which will be the start of year 2. So hopefully our friend Groovy will be on board to talk to us about all the times he's met Bruce Campbell, and show us the merch and everything he's got signed. That sounds like a fun time.
And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Guys, go out there and do good things, because nobody else is going to. If everybody did one good thing for somebody else each day, this world would not be such a bad place. I love you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys again so much for supporting the channel and JJ's channel.
No, Jimmy, you're good, bro. That was awesome. Thank you.
No, Jimmy, you did no. There's no
never too much.
There's no such thing as commenting too much. It's like
we enjoy it.
We love it. So
that's why we do this.
Much love to you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Hey, bouquet. Being it's Friday, we got